I certainly would be coming to you to reappoint anyway, and if you didn't, then we'd be going another direction, so it'd be good to know that up front. Dave?
Are we being asked to approve the members for reappointment?
Not
On the
tonight.
7th. On
No,
the 7th.
not tonight. I understand at the council meeting.
Yes.
Yeah, it would be beneficial to get a bio on these folks with a focus on what they know about finances, municipal government, compensation issues and things like that.
You bet, we can do that. Jennifer?
Maybe someone can enlighten me as far as their duties. What do they do exactly?
In a nutshell, they review the salary for elected officials in the community and set your salary. It's a requirement.
Just strictly within the city?
Yes.
Ah.
I can email out an excerpt from our municipal code, or if you want to just jot this down and go on our website, it's 2.118.050, 2.118.050, and that enumerates 6 duties of the commission. But the fundamental duty, again, is to review the salaries paid by the city to each elected city official. And then it can increase or decrease that. And they are the final decision maker and without any further action of
Okay, so
this body.
their recommendation is not a recommendation. It's a final
it's
decision.
Action, right?
I see.
Yeah, that's a little different than maybe some other levels of government.
Mhm.
When do they meet, by the way? Do we know?
Seems like it's November.
Probably in the 4th quarter. Yeah, from what I could see in the records that RJ provided, their first ever meeting was in '06. Now, I don't know if that was their first ever meeting, but I think it was.
That's what I was reading.
That's okay. So this is a relatively new commission. It's had 6, 7, 8, 9. It's made decisions 4 times, whether or not to make any changes in 6, 7, 8, and 9. And I didn't research specifically to know exactly what they did, but you probably know, So, but we can, I will work with Jeanette to pull together whatever bio-info that we currently have, and if we don't have what appears to kind of meet what your request was, then I'll ask them to put something together for us.
I think we usually ask people who apply for positions like this to give us a letter which indicates what it is they have to offer in the position.
I'm not sure what we got back in '06,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
we'll take a look. I don't know that we asked for anything right now other than, would you like to serve a second term? We didn't, I don't believe that at any
You
further
want
than
to
that.
exclude any comers, huh?
Well, and even sometimes that doesn't work real well. I know we have a cemetery board position open now that closes closes tomorrow the next day. So far, we only have 1 applicant, and what was written was, I'd be interested in applying for the position, thank you. That's a letter of interest, it sure is, so, but there's not a lot of depth there.
We're not being overrun with volunteers?
Not for that one. Not for that one, yeah. No puns.
I'm sorry.
No
I
puns.
asked.
Other questions for Dave in regards to salary commission?
But have you had anyone express an interest other than these folks that are already on it?
We haven't gone outbound with it though either.
Oh.
We haven't.
Hmm.
We had 2 commissioners' terms coming up. They were eligible to reappointed. I think it's fairly common practice to look for reappointment on commissions and have folks serve through the number of terms that they can serve. However, and that's why I don't want to give a definitive statement here, but I think with Mr. Krakow that there might be a pending advertisement, or at least we thought we needed to have a pending advertisement, but we may not have to. As Councilman Delavar alluded, we might be able to just sort of make it right and say, yes, this was for 4. You would probably need to do that as a council almost in a perfunctory way, because you were supposed to have appointed him for 4 years at the last time. then if he's interested, I think that one is probably pretty straightforward for you, because it should have been a 4-year appointment. These 2 terms that are expiring, they were the 2 original 4-year members.
I would actually support Councilman Russell's idea of opening it back up to the public if there are any others. I don't know the costs involved in doing that, and if there has to be some sort of ad run, public announcement, whatever it is.
It would be
But-
just like any other commission that he appoints to.
Right. Okay, yeah, I would definitely support that. I don't want to automatically reappoint someone if there's another interested citizen that, you know, might step forward and give, you know, a different perspective, fresh eyes and ears, and that sort of thing. I guess I just don't understand how in-depth this particular commission gets. I mean, we have very few elected officials in the city. I can't
I think it's
imagine
more-
the drain, you were concerned about bringing them up to speed, and I'm just not sure why that's a concern.
Yeah, if you sat through one of the meetings, the information that Jeanette brings forward to them is almost a complete salary study, just like you would have for positions within the city. So you've got a lot of comparisons of other jurisdictions,
Well,
of
that's
other
important.
sizes of other,
Absolutely.
and there's a lot of this stuff that I
Mhm.
was surprised it entailed what it entailed, but
It-
for one meeting a year.
It is basically, it's a salary study, salary survey
Sure.
for the elected positions. Yeah. But if it's, you know, I guess at the meeting on the 7th, we'll discern, or do you want to poll further to find out if we should advertise?
No,
it?
there's, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I know that in past years, I've gotten a survey as an elected to say, you know, how much time do you spend on city business? And it was relatively detailed, I would say. So I know they sent that to elected officials as well. And I would have no problem opening it up as long as the current office holders or members of the commission would be encouraged to reapply.
Oh, certainly.
And I'm not sure that we could, I don't know how you could word it to be able to get to review their financial qualifications. I don't know if you could on a volunteer board like that, can you?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you can ask them to submit, you know, specific information or help them kind of discern that you're looking for specific information and go
Sure,
off of
okay.
what's submitted at that point. Good news is Jeanette's obviously far ahead on this one, and these don't actually expire until the end of the year, so we certainly have time to do that. And doing a couple of informational pieces in the newspaper is pretty easy for us, so. And I don't think it would send a message to either Mary or Chuck that we're not interested in them either way. So like I said, Chuck was already going, I'll resign if you want. In fact, he's turned over on at least one other board already on the
Yes.
Parks Board, so.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's go ahead and pull that item for Monday. You know, go ahead and do a little process and go from there. Okay, Joanne, notice of intent and authorized petition for the Carroll annexation.
Yes, this agenda bill is quite lengthy. I apologize for that. And also the motion is quite lengthy, but the RCWs require that the motion specifically state certain things, and it's specifically in the minutes.